Hello and welcome to Moving Iron Podcast number 298. This edition of Moving Iron Podcast is brought to you by Arrow, and I have the co-founder of Arrow here with us, Charles Anderson. Charles, how you doing today?
Really good. Happy Friday.
Yeah, really man, I love Fridays. It's my favorite day of the week for multiple
Is
reasons.
It?
Yeah.
That
Some days Fridays feel like they're about a Monday, but this is here lately. They felt like Mondays, but
right, especially on a travel week, every day
yeah,
feels like a Monday and a Friday when you travel.
That's no kidding. That's no kidding. So what have you been up to, man? What's been going on over at Arrow?
Dude, we are very excited about this. This is our first, I'll say, public announcement. Is it okay if we jump right in? Is that all right?
Go for it. Let's do it. Let her rip.
CloudStore.co.
CloudStore.co. Okay. What is that?
We've been working on this behind the scenes for quite a few years. Part of the main reason why we built Arrow in the first place was to set up the launch of our second product, which is an equipment marketplace. And it's called CloudStore.co. And if you are an equipment dealer out there, the reason why you should care about that is we are, for now, offering free listings on CloudStore.co.
Free listings, all right. So put stuff out there for free. What am I getting on your website here?
So a few things. I can share my screen. Okay. Give me a second. I can probably say I've been working on this idea for 10 years now.
Okay.
And it's our point of view, it's my point of view, that especially with used, less so with new for a bunch of reasons, but especially with used, people are ready to check out online. They are.
I'd agree with that.
People are ready to check out over text message. People are ready to search on their phones. People are ready to confirm the details with a couple of clicks, maybe a call. But the buyer is now ready, and I have thousands and thousands of data points. The buyer is now ready to buy a machine from a reputable source from 21st century online. Make it easy for me. So what we've been working on for the last number of years is getting all of the technology right that makes that possible.
Okay.
The payments, the financing, all the details, everything that goes to checking out online is the infrastructure that is Arrow. That's the software infrastructure. That's what we've been building for a long time. Now that is done, we can set up a dealer's inventory in a few minutes and have it available and listed on CloudStore to give their customers the opportunity to check out online with a couple of clicks. We are generating thousands and thousands and thousands of eyeballs every single day onto these assets.
Mm-hmm.
And the metrics are pretty exciting, honestly. We officially just launched this last week, and the reception has been incredibly positive. But it's CloudStore.co. I would encourage everyone to go check it out. And if you're interested in getting your assets listed for free, let me know.
I don't know why you wouldn't want your assets listed for free, but I can't really think of a reason why that would be. But I guess if you don't, let me know. That'd be great. All right, so walk me through the process. How do I do this?
Sure. Well, I want to start with the buyer's experience, if we can, for a minute.
Sure.
So I'm gonna switch my share and go directly to the website. But there's two things that I think buyers care most about, and it's going to sound a little bit nerdy and techy for a second. I'm getting my next screen up. There we go. So to me, there's two things that buyers care about, and I think you can look at this from the Google experience and then also from the YouTube or the TikTok or the Instagram experience. And so what we found is that buyers really care about really two things. A really easy way to search as one thing. And second, really high quality recommendations. Using restaurants as an example, the easy way to think about it, when I know I want to eat Italian food, or I know I want to eat pizza, or I know I want to eat like a steak, it's really easy for me to say, search in for steak in Lincoln, Nebraska. I really want to find a good steakhouse in San Francisco, California. I just type that in. That's really, that gives me options. That's completely different from Google, or let's say Siri, or your calendar remembering every Tuesday night you go out to dinner with your mom at a steakhouse and have a pop-up that says, hey, it's Tuesday. You haven't made a reservation for a steakhouse yet. Do you want me to make a reservation for you? And so we've been studying the metrics of how buyers are searching on the internet for years. And we've concluded that those are two different buyers. There's the buyer that knows they want to buy a used tractor, a 1 Series tractor, and they want to buy it right now. And there's the buyer who wants to know, when you have a good price on a 1 Series tractor, let me know, and I'll be interested. So let me pause for a second, because that was kind of a mouthful. Still with me?
Yep. No, I mean, that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
So when you translate that to TikTok, and this is a metric that I have up, and we've been studying this for a long time, and we're kind of showing a little bit of our secret sauce here, and I'm showing a little bit of how how the magician does it behind the scenes. But hashtag John Deere, and you've heard me talk about this. I've been studying this phrase on TikTok for a long time. Hashtag John Deere on TikTok. A few months ago had 6.7 billion views. Now hashtag John Deere has 9.1 billion views. There's not even 9.1 billion buyers of tractors on the planet. That means multiple people are looking at tractors, John Deere on TikTok over and over and over again. Like, those are the recommendation engine people. Those are the people saying, hey, it's Tuesday afternoon. You didn't make your reservation for a steakhouse yet.
Right.
That's entirely different from the person who is, I'm ready to solve a problem. I'm ready to go right now. How do I find this used skid steer in my backyard immediately to get ready to check out? I don't need to talk to anyone. I just want to go.
Right.
And so we've designed CloudStore to work for both of those people. So on one hand, you can search, and I can go directly, give me switch my sharing really quickly. My screen, just a second. Okay. You can see my screen, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I just searched for S680. I'm the laser focused buyer. I know exactly what I want. I want to buy this 2017 S680. I just type in S680 and I see all my options that pop up. So that's one customer. That's that laser focused customer who's ready to go. There's the other customer that is probably going to be more of a shopper, not ready to make a decision right now. And that shopping customer is likely going to have a search and follow experience, just like we do on Instagram, just like we do on TikTok, just like 9.1 billion people do on TikTok when they think about hashtag John Deere. And those customers are going to want to follow after they log in. Give me a second, I'm going to log in. And now you can pick and choose and follow your favorite assets.
So what do you mean by that? Pick and choose and follow your
I'm a buyer.
assets. Okay.
I'm a buyer. I'm not ready to buy right now. I just like shopping. I just like window shopping. I like walking by the Tesla store. I like seeing what's available.
Okay.
Dealer's inventory moves really quick right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stay in the loop with what's happening, when it's going up, when it's going down, when it's available, when it's been sold. And so following, in order to figure out, it's Tuesday afternoon, I haven't made my reservation for my steak dinner yet with my mom. I'm going to get a nudge that says, hey, this one's about to get sold. Are you sure you don't want to act right now? And we're setting up the conversation, which you and I can talk about next time, around marketing automation and automatic alerts, automatic messages, the same thing that the dentist does today when they say your appointment's coming up tomorrow, click here to confirm. That's what we're going to talk about next time. Today, I really just wanted to hit searching, and recommendations based on following.
Okay. So I'm following, like, so you got this one clicked here, the 8R250, you got that one clicked. If I'm looking at that and I follow it and we're going around, when that, I get an alert that shows me when it's sold and when when it's kind of pending, I guess, for lack of a better term, do I get hey, you know what, this thing at the end sold for X number of dollars? I mean, how's that work? Okay.
No.
Right.
No. You'll get an alert that says this one's no longer available for you.
Gotcha.
Which will then ask you to come and follow a new one.
Okay. So in theory, if I followed 10 8R250s, right? So you had 10 of them on here.
Yep.
I clicked them all, varying hours, what have you. And I started watching those as they followed through. And I wanted to get one of these. In theory, you're setting up a trend line on the specific tractor that shows on average when these get listed for 3 or 4 days before they sell, type of thing.
Yes, exactly. And then we can get to the point where you as a dealership, you want to know, when I price this asset here, how many people follow it? When I price it there, how many people follow it? When I price it here, how many bids come in? And we're trying to make it so easy for buyers to buy and also for dealers to sell.
Gotcha. Okay.
So remember only one thing today: CloudStore.co, list for free on CloudStore.co. Let's get your assets out there.
Yeah, it's free. So there's what they call that, no risk, right?
Yeah, exactly. You say that, get your assets out there. I think we should get that.
Zero risk. Get your assets out there.
Get your assets out there.
Yeah.
Get them out there.
Yeah, it's for free. So check it out.
So now the industry needs this. I would almost say the industry deserves this. You've done the hard part. You've acquired the asset. You've done all of the hard work to build your footprint in your local market. You're trying to figure out how to move your assets all over the world through a digital way. The world's already ready for that. Social media has been ready for that for a long time.
Right.
We just this is why I'm so excited. Like we're that last mile to just pull the industry to the end user in the digital world. That's it.
Yep. So when I'm looking at this and I need to get financed, you got the financing list in there by the month and all that stuff. How's that process work? And is it through my local bank? Is it through you have a financing arm of this, or how's that all work?
Yeah, so we are not a finance company. We were in our last business. That's not what we are today. We have partners that provide the financing. Now we're just narrowly talking about used right now.
Right.
So when it comes to used, we do have instant financing available. We have partners that are providing banks that are providing instant financing through CloudStore, but we're agnostic to who does the financing. Our goal is to get the transactions through.
Right.
And so if any specific dealer says, for any of my assets, I want to make sure that we do the financing, great. That means you're going to be engaged. That means you're going to be focused. That means you're going to be responsive. That's awesome. And in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to capture the finance application and we're going to send that completed finance application over to the dealer. If the dealer says, I don't want to deal with used financing because that is a pain in my butt, great. We have finance partners that can help step in and solve those customers, for those customers too.
Gotcha. So would you pass that part off that goes to wherever it goes to and that whole thing? How am I as I'm an end user here. So now I live in Western Nebraska and I bought a machine in wherever, Maryland, right? How am I going about getting that machine to me now? What's that look like?
So that's our role in the transaction. So that's what CloudStore does, is we manage the last mile of the transaction, the fulfillment. So you as the dealer, let's take 21st Century as an example, you get a call from CloudStore and say, we have a customer who's ready to complete the purchase of his 8R tractor. Just going to confirm this is the price, give a confirm wiring instructions, and confirm pickup date.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Got you. As a end user, do you have a facility on here that allows me to book trucking and those kind of things, or do I need to source that on my own?
We do that. We have a network of shipping.
Okay, so you guys take care of everything then. I'm just sending my money, we're getting that transaction cleared up between myself and whoever, and then you guys are taking it from there. I just wait for it to show up on my farm.
All you want is the asset to show up. You don't want to deal with any of that mess.
No,
You just want to buy your machine.
I
You
don't.
want to search. You want to buy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes it pretty simple. So is this officially live then now? So you can go out and Google this or go to cloudstore.co and you're ready to start shopping
Yeah,
from your
it's
house
officially
here?
live. It's officially live. It took us 10 years to get here. I wish it would have been one, but it
Mhm.
took us 10 years to get here. I've had the very, very fortunate benefit of being able to study a lot of marketplace businesses out there. Our last business was a partner with most of the marketplace companies that sold heavy equipment. And so
Yeah.
we've been intimately involved with the the complexity that is a marketplace transaction today. And we can go through a whole list of reasons why this problem hasn't been solved yet. But it's a pretty excited, if you can't tell, I'm pretty excited about this milestone because people want an easier way to buy equipment.
Yep.
That's
They
it,
do.
especially used. New is a whole other conversation because a lot of new is not even sitting on the yard right now, like we talked about
Sure.
last week. But ignore new for a second, just use. You probably already know what you want. You probably already know what your budget is. You probably just need help identifying it and getting it to where you need it to go.
Yep. No, you're right. I mean, this is an easy way to because I mean you're listing stuff just like you would on the internet, right? I mean you're doing the exact same thing. There's your listings are there just like you would see anyplace else, but you're speeding up the difference between I like this piece, I don't like this piece, I'm gonna call on this piece, or I'm gonna follow on this piece. And I'm assuming that within the each piece there's a way I can contact a dealer or through email or something, or how would I if I had some questions, how would I go about doing that?
You would be reaching out. So, you would log in, so you'd create an account, just like in the same way if you were to go on Amazon and you'd ask a question, you log in,
Okay.
you create
Right.
your account, and then there's lots of ways to reach out through your point of contact, which is initially going to be your CloudStore representative. And then when you have specific questions, we will connect you directly to the dealer. We usually, when it's requested, we facilitate an in-person inspection of the asset, which a lot of times
Okay.
customers want to do if they're local.
Sure.
And that's been a great way for us to be more credible as well, because customers want to know, well, I might buy it through this CloudStore avenue, but who's going to service the machine? In that situation, we can say, great, you're buying in the 21st century backyard, and they have really great technicians, and so they'll be available to meet you in person and also provide service if and when you need anything. And that also sets up the future recurring conversation for the dealer. And what's been really fun for me is we actually have been able to bring new customers to dealers that were in their backyard.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense.
I know. I feel like there's more. I feel like there's so much more I want to tell you, but it's kind of that simple. Help. Let's go move some iron. Let's keep it simple. Get the assets listed for free.
Yeah.
Get your assets out there online.
Get your assets out there.
Get your assets out there and
Yeah.
move some iron. Just move some iron.
There you go. I like that. So I'm officially registered. I just registered on. That's how easy it was. You can register on cloudstore.co while doing a podcast. It's that simple.
Happen in real time.
Yeah.
What asset are you looking for? I want to know what you're following.
I just clicked on this X300. That was the first one I saw. This lawnmower. Not that I need a lawnmower, but there's the first one there to click on. But it's
I think you should definitely reserve that one. We'll get you a good deal on it.
Look, where's the
For your boys' lawnmower business? It's time to upgrade. You can finance it for them. It's a good situation.
see, that's one of those things. That's the cool thing about my kids' lawn mowing business is that primarily he participates in the profitability portion of it only, and not the expensive part of it. So trying to break that a little bit.
Okay, so you don't want to start getting him a line of credit to buy an
No.
X300? No, not yet.
No, not today. Not today. I think this is really cool, Charles. I think you got something here, man.
If we have another, do we have any more time, or do we need to?
We can go as long as you want.
All right, I want to show you one more thing. This is from a very dealer centric point of view, but I just want you to see how in the background the dealers will also have the opportunity to manage the leads. If they want, they don't have to, but if that's what they want, it's like, well, I love what you're doing, but you can't sell new, which we know we can't sell new. But I want to know what happens to all the leads that are coming in. And this is how CloudStore and Arrow connect for the dealers that want, I'll say, more control over the experience. Give me a second, I'll share my screen. So here's an example. I just logged into our Arrow account, how we're managing all the customers coming through. And from here, you can see all of the customers. And this is all information we provide to the dealers. No hide the ball whatsoever. Because we want the dealers to know everything about the transaction. Our point of view is that the dealers they control the assets, and we're not a dealership. We don't do that. We're the software layer.
Right.
So we can see this customer just came in. They were looking to buy a skid steer. They came in through one of our Facebook advertisements. They can instantly, you can assign it to a sales rep with all the contact information. You can see the ad that they clicked on. And so this information is publicly available. There's no more mystery. No more mystery of, hey, how did you get to me? What did you think that we said about the asset? All of that is fully transparent. Let's just make it as easy as possible for people to buy. That's it.
Well, it looks like you're doing that, man. So one thing I noticed on here, like I don't know where as I'm looking at this, I'm looking at going through here. You keep it homogenous, I guess, to some extent. Like I don't know what dealership has this, right? I mean, is that am I missing something? Is that?
No, you're correct. So
okay.
we have two I'll say options.
Mm-hmm.
We have the free option, and then we have what we call the performance marketing option. And so if you're on the free option, then we do keep it homogenous who the dealer is. If you're on the performance marketing option, which we have a couple of large dealers who are, then it's all about putting their brand front and center. C&B operations is an example. So putting C&B's logo front and center. So the customer has the option, do you want to go directly to the dealer and cut out CloudStore, which we support, or do you want to go through CloudStore? Either way, it's a good option for us. But that is a different path. So if you want to use the Arrow system and you want the benefit of all the leads coming into your system and you want to manage the customers yourself, then you'd be considered a performance marketing customer. And in that situation, then your brand would be front and center versus the other situation, which is, no, you deal with it. We'll list for free. We don't care. If customers find us, great. If they don't, that's fine. Because we're selling the assets at full retail, by the way.
Gotcha. You made it pretty simple. So either way, though, I can still buy it through the website, right?
Yes. There's a number of dealers out there who don't have e-commerce capability. And so this pulls them into the e-commerce world pretty quickly. And so that's one reason to not have the customer get redirected to your website, because you probably don't have e-commerce set up. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I just haven't seen that for the most part.
Yep. Well, man, I think you got something pretty cool here, man. I think you've got a good, this is definitely going to be a good test to see how this plays out, because this is going to lead to me selling that combine that I always wanted to sell on Amazon.
Let's go. And if any dealers out there, this is an aggressive thing to say. If there are any dealers out there who want more leads or who want to list for free, please reach out to me personally. I would love to speak with you.
They got a rope on there even. All kinds of cool stuff on here. But yeah, definitely this is one of those deals where I don't know why you wouldn't want to reach out for free. I mean, it's free. What do you have to lose? You know what I mean? It's free.
That's it. No catch. If you want the brand out there, you want to be a performance marketing customer, great. That's a monthly subscription package. There's a lot more that comes to that. That's not necessary. Listing for free is beneficial for us, it's beneficial for our buyers, beneficial for the ecosystem in general. And we haven't even started talking about this, but there's also opportunities for dealers to talk to dealers inside CloudStore as well.
Oh, like I know like a wholesale transaction type deal.
Bingo. I'm looking for this. Do you have it? No, but I have this. So that's coming. I don't want to overwhelm with too much information. That's coming soon. And we'll also talk about performance marketing over the next couple of weeks. But for now, number one takeaway, CloudStore.co is live, which I'm so happy about. List your assets for free. Get your assets out there.
Get your assets out there. I like it. I like it. All right, Charles, good stuff, man. Any final thoughts before we shut it down?
No, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I really am. There have been so many dealers, especially over the last couple of years, that taught me a lot about their business and their needs and their flow, and spent a lot of time. I was meeting with a couple of dealer yesterday, who walked me out in the yard, basically just said, like, help me get these digital. He's like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Like, I know that we think about this stuff all day long, and I look at this as a responsibility that we have to give back to the industry that has given me so much and my family so much. And to me, this is an end of a story that I've been working on for 10 years, which is the dealers have taught me the industry. They've taught me the business. They've taught me about freaking tractors. I don't know anything about tractors. That's not my world.
Right.
They let me drive and play in combines. And so this is, to me, very exciting and mutually beneficial. The buyers have an easier way to buy. Dealers can figure out how to move used machines out of their geography to focus on new and their market share responsibilities. Dealers can now sell in an e-commerce way. And they're also selling local retail, leveraging the power of social media. Hashtag John Deere's got over 9 billion people paying attention to it.
Right.
So I'm very excited about this, if you can't tell. And I'm grateful to have this shot. This is it.
Right on, man. Right on, man. Well, hey, congratulations to you getting this off the ground, getting everything up there and running. So, Charles, I appreciate you being on the podcast, man.
Cool. Worth pointing out, I think we've got about 400 million or so listed right now. From a cold start from a few weeks ago. So it's moving real fast. But yeah, Charles at CloudStore.co.
Right on.
Send me an email if you're interested in getting your assets out there. Thank you for the time, Casey.
Right on, man. I'm Casey Seymour with Moving Iron Podcast. Make sure to check me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Moving Iron LLC. Also on LinkedIn at Moving Iron Podcast, and the YouTube channel is Moving Iron Podcast YouTube channel. So check that one out there. So more information about what's going on Moving Iron wise, go to movingironllc.com and you can get everything there. So with that, I'm Casey with Charles Anderson. It's going to be smart, folks. Out.
Moving iron in the 21st century. Hard work.